Hello everyone, welcome to the live session. My name is Ravi and today we are going to learn Terraform from a real world Azure infrastructure perspective. This is not the theory only, we will build actual Azure resources using Terraform step by step. Okay, so by the end of this session, you will clearly understand how Terraform works internally, how providers are configured, how Azure resources are created using code, and how multiple resources are connected together. Okay, so if you are preparing for DevOps interviews, Terraform certification, or real project work, this session will help you a lot. Okay, so let me open that raw.io file. Yeah. Yeah. So let me quickly explain the architecture we are going to create. Okay, so we are using Terraform. So we are going to create resource group. Okay, virtual network, virtual network, subnet, public IP, network interfaces. Okay, and finally virtual machine. Okay, so these are our architecture we are going to create. So all of this will be created automatically using code, not manually from Azure portal. Okay, so this is the real power of infrastructure as code. Okay, so let's start with Terraform block. First of all, I'll let me open that today's folder and all. Okay, live session, and I'll create today's date. After a so long day, I came, and this folder name reminds, okay, that after how many days we came. Okay, so before I was live on 17th, and today is 26th. Oh, too long. So let me create today's date. I was quite busy, guys. Okay, on my working stuff and all, too pressure on my job. Okay, yeah. So this is the folder I created. Let me keep my main.tf file. Yeah, let me open in VS Code. This is the shortcut to opening things in VS Code. Okay. To open terminal, I will click on this terminal, new terminal. Okay, it will open in the same directory. Okay, you can check the directory d demo terraform live session and today's date folder. I am inside today's date folder, and we have one file main.tf. Okay, let me log in. I have new subscriptions, so I need to log in this. So let me do az login. Then work. I have to copy my ID. Let me open from here, and I can copy my let me copy this, and I need to paste. Yeah, here. MFA will come. Still it not came. I'm waiting for that. Okay. Uh, come. Sometime it comes. Okay, after login into that authenticator. Okay. In notification it was not showed to me. Let me select one for using this subscription. Okay, now I have to change this subscriptions. Yeah, this is the code. Okay, and line by line I'll go. So let's start with the Terraform block. Okay, Terraform block is starting from here and ending with line number 10, and this block tells us that which Terraform version is required and which providers we are going to use. Okay, so Terraform block ensures consistency and anyone running this code will use the same Terraform and provider version. Okay, so for key point to say, required version avoid breaking changes. Okay, and required provider logs provider sources, and Azure RM is used to manage Azure. Okay, and if you will use the random one, so random is used to generate unique values and all. Okay, if you are using that. So in real projects, we always control versions. So never rely on latest version blindly in production. Okay, so you have to be careful. Next, come to the provider block, which is starting from line number 12 and ending with line number 15. Okay, and this provider is the bridge between Terraform and Azure, and provider Azure RM. If you guys can see provider Azure RM, this tells Terraform we are working on with Azure. Okay, this line tells Terraform we are working with Azure. Okay, sorry. Then feature, we have feature. So this is mandatory for Azure RM provider. Okay, so authentication happens using Azure CLI or service principal. Okay, I already authenticated through Azure CLI here after login, Azure login. Okay, and we can have other option, that is service principal. I'll tell you later how we can go through service principal and all. Okay, so uh, Terraform never creates resources on its own. So providers do the actual API calls. Okay, so now we create the Azure resource group. Okay, this one with the help of this code. Okay, so in Azure, every resources must belong to a resource group. Okay, I already explain you every time. Okay, this concept, and resource group is a logical container and used for access control, policies, billing lifecycle. Okay, so we have inside this block we have all the things are argument. Okay, yeah, we have argument here, and we have some name location as an argument here. So name is the visible in Azure portal. Whatever we will give the name, it will reflect you in Azure portal. Location, uh, it decides where metadata is stored. Okay, so uh, important note to say, changing resource group name forces recreations. Okay, and we have other. Let me take the other code. I think this is not the right one. Let me delete this. Yeah, let me update here the subscription ID. Okay, Now it seems good. And we have name and location. I already explained you. And now come to that virtual. Now we move into the networking, and a virtual network is like your private data center in Azure. Okay, so if I'll talk about the attributes and all, so we have address space, we have location, resource group name, and all. So address space I given here 10.0.0.0/16, and it supports, we can say, thousand of IPs. Location and resource group inherited, okay, from above data, from the above one. So Azure RM VNets are region specific and isolated by default. Okay, so you have to think on it while creating your virtual network and whom you are going to attach it. So be careful on that. Now we have the subnet. Okay, now we create a subnet inside the VNet. Okay, with the help of this configuration code. So subnet divides network into smaller segments. Okay, and used for the security and traffic control, I can say. So if I'll talk about this 10.0.2.0/24, it means it gives you 256 IPs. Okay, subnet always belongs to a VNet. Okay, you have created subnet, means you have to already that VNet, virtual network, so that inside that VNet only you can have your subnet. Okay, so you cannot create a subnet without a VNet. Now let me take you guys to public IP address code, and before that we are going to, yeah, this is the association part, I can say here. And this is the thing, like if we had our subnet, if we have our NSG, then we need to associate it so that it can work. Okay, now come to public IP. So with the help of count and all, we can create multiple things. I already explained you about uh, count one, as well as the count dot index. So I'll show you later that count one. Before that we have as an argument here name, resource group name, location, allocation method and all. Okay, so static allocation means IP never going to change. DNS name generated dynamically. Okay, and random string ensures uniqueness. So this is the explanation of this code, line 45 to 54. And I can say static public IP are required to stable DNS mapping. Okay, now come to network security group. Okay, so this is also one of the resources uh, we need to have this. Okay, to allow the port and all. So we have this NSG code, and inside that NSG code we have to security rules. Okay, and it have, I can say, different suit rules it have. In the first security rule, this star means all. Okay, So I have given certain rule name as allow HTTP, allow SSH2 name I have given here, and we have inbound, outbound, allowed TCP and all. This is the settings we can change according to our users and all. Okay, and we have our destination port range 80. In this we have 22 and all. Okay, so I'll go the energy every resources in detail. Okay, so it will take more time on that, and you guys most of the resources you guys having familiar with that. Okay, so now come to the network interface. Okay, network interfaces means NIC connects VM to subnet. Okay, NIC, the work of NIC is to connect VM to the subnet, and NIC attaches public IP and private IP. Okay, according to the user node. So each NIC gets one public IP, and each NIC gets one private IP. Okay, so element, if you have like this element, small braces and all, so it ensures the correct pairing. Okay, so virtual machines never directly connect to subnet. Okay, whatever we have dynamic address, we are not going to connect. Okay, we are not going to connect directly to the subnet. We need an IC for that. So an IC is always in between. Okay. So this is a very important common interview questions. Okay. How an IC helps in connecting, whether VM is directly connected to the subnet or not. Like that you will get a questions. So you have to be well prepared on that. And we have the next code. This is also the attachment association block here. We can use whenever we want. Okay. Now this is the actual code of the virtual machine. Okay. We have here. You can go through it, and inside this code, I have written virtual machine code, and we have this custom data. With the help of this custom data, we are going to install our Nginx one inside this VM. Okay, we do not need separately to have it. Okay, so each VM has unique name, unique NIC, unique disk, and same configurations. Okay, so each sections one by one we can see as a VM size. We have some different admin username. We have also different, and we have several method of authentication and all. So we can go accordingly. It is taking the Ubuntu latest image. Yeah, Ubuntu latest image. Now this is done with the code. Now I'm going to run Terraform init, Terraform plan, like that I will learn. Now I'm going to run Terraform init. You guys have to be in patience only so that you can learn more and more. Okay, so yeah, Terraform init done. Let me show Terraform validate. Terraform validate. Terraform plan. Uh, it is taking time, so this is the live demo. So you have to be patient only, and yeah. Let me see why it is not coming. It is taking too much time as expected. Let me run here. Terraform plan. Once I'll show you that Nginx is running on a particular port, okay, so that we can have that our code will get successfully worked. Okay, it is taking too much time. There is some thing happened to my laptop, or as well as I can say the network. Okay, do. Terraform plan spelling is also correct. Why it is not coming? Interface. Usually it is not expected to take that much time. Yeah, now it's working. Okay, what are the resources is going to create? We can see here, and okay, let me go to go for Terraform apply. Terraform apply auto dash hot approve, and that is auto dash approve. Yeah, let me hit enter, and I done it. Hardly it will take 2 to 3 minutes, not more than that. Okay, the resource group, then uh, we have implicit dependency here. Let me check here that is anything created, or it is still on the way. Yeah, it is created here, my G2, and we can see the resources we had inside this RG. Okay, you can see public IP, you have my VNet, NSG. Okay, we have my VNet, NIC. Let me uh, 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 it got failed, and what is the reason? It is reflecting here. Let me check. 409 conflict error. We need to change the standard B2S. Let me check here the physically. Okay, you have to give the exact things. Okay, the size, the proper name, so that it will reflect. Okay, virtual machines. I'll give my RG2 any name. can give here STUS. Yeah, it is correct. The STUS. Now we want to check the size. So we can use this size. Okay. Where is the size? Now again I have to run the code. So everything is already created. Now it is going to create virtual machine. Okay, with Nginx. Yeah, now it is not showing any error. I think it will get created. Okay, let me go to Azure portal and refresh it. Okay, as a child, we can have this work only and refresh. Yeah, this is created. Yeah, so if you can see, this is the public IP. Yeah, you can see, welcome to Nginx. Okay, this was our target and we did it. So this was the topic I wanted to cover today, and today we learned as Terraform fundamentals, Azure resource provisioning, real world DevOps pattern, and we can have the ready interview ready explanations here only. And if you found this session is helpful, okay, so please like the video and subscribe to the channel and share with your friends so that they can also have it. Okay, so in the next session we will come and will move forward, and I'll try to come daily. Okay, thank you everyone. See you in the next live session. Thank you.